Okay, ancient Roman infrastructure didn't just move people from point A to point B, it completely rewired the course of human history. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unraveling the mystery of how an ancient empire literally paved the world, and why their methods are going to permanently change how you look at the asphalt right outside your own front door.
So let's kick things off with our 2,000-year mystery, how a vast empire was connected entirely by stone. 2,000 years. I mean, just really think about the sheer magnitude of that timescale. We are talking about 2 millennia of brutal winters, torrential rains, marching legions, the grinding wheels of heavy wooden carts, and, just the crushing weight of time itself. Yet somehow, across Europe, parts of this original ancient network remain totally intact. You can literally go out and walk on them today. They survived the rise and fall of entire civilizations, which is just wild. Which naturally begs a massive question for us. Without a single modern machine, how on earth did they survive for centuries? I mean, they didn't have diesel excavators, laser leveling tools, or automated asphalt pavers. They conquered continents using human hands, basic iron tools, and sheer raw ingenuity. To figure that out, we have to look at engineering the perfect road literally from the ground up. See, engineering the perfect road was a meticulous, highly structured science for them. Roman workers didn't just, throw rocks onto the dirt and hope for the best. Actually, scratch that. It was way more intense. First, they methodically cleared and leveled the earth, digging deep trenches until they hit a super firm, stable base. Next up came the vital shock-absorbing layers. This was a really precise, calculated mix of crushed stones, gravel, and sand that they tamped down relentlessly. And finally, the surface. They locked these massive, heavy stones tightly together right on top. They weren't just paving a path. They were basically laying a horizontal fortress wall across the landscape. But here's the real kicker. Their greatest defense wasn't against marching armies, it was against water. Water is absolutely the worst enemy of any road. If it pools, it makes mud, sinking in and totally destroying the foundation from the inside out. So the Romans engineered this brilliantly simple solution. They designed their roads with a slight slope, crowning the center so it was higher than the edges. Rainwater would just instantly sheet off into side ditches instead of pooling on the surface. It's this tiny little tweak of physics, but it literally added centuries to a road's lifespan. But we have to remember, there were also major innovations along the route, extending way beyond just the pavement under their feet. Because a road is really only as good as the terrain it can cross, right? To make travel truly uninterrupted, the Romans built a massive supporting ecosystem to conquer all that wild European geography. We are talking colossal stone bridges engineered to safely span raging rivers, and completely hand-carved tunnels punching straight through unforgiving mountainsides. They even installed specific milestones along the way, so travelers always knew their exact location and the distance to the next city, along with complex drainage systems. It wasn't just a cleared path, it was a highly engineered, interconnected machine designed to totally tame the wilderness. So, what does this all mean? Well, let's dive into how travel changed history by dramatically increasing the speed of an empire. You see, all this physical engineering triggered a macro-historical shift that completely reshaped the world. Before these roads, moving an army or trading goods over land was this painfully slow, dangerous process. It could take months of slogging through mud and deep forests. But with this vast stone network, soldiers, merchants, and everyday travelers moved much, much faster across the empire. The speed of human movement accelerated virtually overnight. Soldiers could deploy rapidly to crush rebellions, securing dominance across the region. Wealthy merchants could safely transport vital resources, sparking an unprecedented economic boom that lifted entirely new cities out of the dirt. But the absolute biggest takeaway, it wasn't just goods and troops traveling at high speed. It was culture, language, law, and ideas spreading like wildfire across the known world. These roads were literally the internet of antiquity, connecting isolated tribes into one unified global superpower. The real secret to this monumental shift was absolutely not some futuristic magic or modern technology. It was a brilliant, unrelenting combination of careful planning, incredibly strong materials, highly skilled workers, and just brilliant engineering. They took the absolute most basic elements of the earth, stone, gravel, and dirt, and through pure human intellect and intense effort, forged a network that permanently conquered the ancient world. Knowing that Roman roads remain this towering achievement that we can still reach out and touch today, it really leaves us with a humbling thought. Look at our modern highways, our towering steel skyscrapers, and all our sprawling global infrastructure. Will any of our modern achievements still be visible 2,000 years from now? Will our legacy match the enduring stone of Rome? definitely keep that in mind the next time you take a drive. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.